Punks, Survivor Series time. It's coming right around the corner.
You're all jazzed, calling people punks and stuff?
Jeez. Couldn't ever be more evident than by the end of Monday Night Raw tonight.
It's been a while since I've been like super excited for a pay-per-view with the beginning of the build.
Yeah.
They did a really good job.
Yeah, and, you know, not to say that we didn't just hop directly into what's going to happen at Survivor Series. Like, the very opening of the show is just like, hey, guess what? Natalia's going to fight Alexa Bliss.
The Shield's going to face the Usos.
Yeah, and The Miz is going to fight Baron Corbin.
And, of course, we already know that Jinder Mahal has challenged Brock Lesnar.
So all the champions are facing off against each other, and then we're going to have two of the traditional style elimination tag matches.
One men.
And one women.
So, yeah, right off the bat, Kurt Angle throwing all that at us. But
so the build is literally starting the very first minute of WWE programming after TLC.
Good job, Kurt. And then Miz didn't seem to give a shit. He was just really upset that Kurt Angle put himself into the TLC match last night and started to just run him down for doing that. Said, oh, it should have just been Dean and Seth, and it should have just been them versus the five of us, blah, blah, blah. And Kurt's like,
hell, you should have taken them out and put in Roman Sick Reigns.
Yeah, well, instead, Kurt decided to make our opening contest a match between The Miz and The Bar, taking on the team of Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and someone who decided to stick around after TLC, and that being the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Good match, too.
Quite an open, a lot of...
It lasted 3 segments.
Yeah, like, all these guys just, like, didn't even look like they were wearing Wounds of War from last night. They all, like,
I expected, like, AJ to be, like, just clutching his stomach the whole match.
Yeah, I mean, Seth was kind of... I think Seth's knee is still bugging him a little bit.
Yeah, no, he was very ginger. And
but like, Dean and Cesaro and Sheamus and The Miz, they were all just running around like nothing happened last night. Like, they didn't go through a fucking war. And it was pretty awesome.
Well, to be fair, Miz and The Bar took some of the least amount of damage of everyone.
Fair.
Because
Dean Ambrose is insane.
They didn't get part of, like, the fact that there was, like, a good 5 minutes of just the two of them getting beat up by all 5 guys of the other team.
But Sheamus and Cesaro did take some pretty gnarly angle slams from Kurt.
Sheamus especially, man. He took that one going down the ramp.
Yeah. Yeah, Cesaro had the table break, his fault.
Yeah.
But regardless, the Shield and AJ Styles ended up picking up the win after Seth and Dean ducked double clotheslines from Cesaro, dove out onto the rest of the group on the outside, leaving Cesaro to get hit with the phenomenal forearm, and AJ Styles picked up the win for him in the Shield. But as The Bar and Miz and everyone were kind of regrouping, their partner decided to show up, and Kane made his way down to ringside, got in the ring, and him, along with the rest of his team, other than Braun Strowman, proceeded to beat down AJ Styles and the Shield. Kind of uncalled for.
And then he stared awkwardly at the camera.
For a long time.
Well, we cut to a commercial break.
And then we came back and he was still staring awkwardly at the camera.
And this time he has a microphone.
Yeah. Letting us know that, you know, for the longest time he heard about this guy who wanted competition.
Strong Roman.
Yeah, he wanted competition. He was the most destructive. Blah 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 blah. Well, Kane's back to make us all realize that Raw only has one monster, and that man is
Braun
Kane.
Strowman.
Because Braun Strowman was left in a garbage truck. He was a giant pile of trash.
Yeah, it was a 380-pound pile of human refuse.
Yes.
It's gross.
Big words from Kane, because he's
politician.
He's a politician. He knows that shit. But in true Braun Strowman fashion,
he knows all about refuse.
Yeah. Oh God. But it's true in true Braun Strowman fashion. Kane decided he wanted some competition, and his competition was Finn Balor.
Very game Finn Balor.
Apparently Finn was like, yeah, I beat AJ Styles last night. I'm going to go beat Kane. Didn't.
Well, yeah, because he just saw AJ Styles, the guy who lost, went out and beat Cesaro.
Yeah.
So the winner might as well go beat the guy who lost. Didn't work.
Nope. Finn tried. He had some moments, but he couldn't get Kane off of his feet. So Kane just decided 3 choke slams was...
Yeah, he only was able to knock Kane down once with a sling blade.
Yeah. And didn't keep Kane down long enough, because then he went up for the coup de grace.
Yeah.
And Kane immediately got up, pulled him off the top rope, choke slammed him, picked him up, choke slammed him, picked him up, choke slammed him, and then pinned him.
Finn Balor looking strong. Not kicking out of 3 choke slams.
Coming right off that match they just had. Speaking of TLC, we had a rematch between Asuka and Emma. Still a very good match.
Not as long as the first one, but
nope.
just as fun.
But ending very similar as Asuka. I really liked the kick out of the O'Connor roll right into the Asuka lock.
So that one thing from the NXT realm that people have forgotten already is don't use any of the weird roll-ups on Asuka, because they're all reversible into the Asuka lock.
Asuka is in the same grouping with Sasha and Becky. You don't roll them up because they all do submissions.
Well,
and they can all transition from any sort of roll-up kind of rolly pin into their submission. Just don't do it. So yeah, Emma on the losing end of a match against Asuka one more time. We also had another rematch between Jason Jordan and Elias. This time, instead of throwing produce, Jason Jordan decided to mess with the sound of the guitar and his microphone. Well,
what a jerk.
He paid for it in the end.
Yeah, because at one point they're on the outside, and Jason Jordan, man, he was on fire.
Yeah.
Because he was running, like, Elias isn't a small guy.
No.
He was picking him up and charging him all over the outside area. And then he had him up against the ring, like the timekeeper's area, and he started charging full speed like he's going to Roman Reigns him through the barricade.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
And Elias teed off with his guitar.
Yeah.
And just fucking let him have it.
Yeah, big old fucking nasty welt on the tricep area of Jason Jordan that just proceeded to get more and more red and purple and swollen as he was laying there.
Not the kind of swole Jason Jordan's used to.
Yeah, no, it was the bad kind of swole. You don't want to be that kind of swole. So, needless to say, Jason Jordan picks up another win, this time via disqualification. Elias looked a little bit more strong this time. We had Alexa Bliss coming out and talking about how she wasn't really worried about going against Natalya at Survivor Series. Just like she wasn't really worried about facing Mickie James at TLC. She was upset, however, that despite defeating someone with the accolades of Mickie James and despite being a 2-time Raw Women's Champion, no one is giving her respect. And so she decided to try and make the crowd chant for her. Mm-hmm. Because they like to throw chants out at pretty much everybody. So Alexa wanted her own "You Deserve It" chant. No matter how hard she tried, she couldn't get enough of the crowd on her side. And then Mickie James came out. And I was wondering what Mickie James would have had to say. We had a little post-promo after the match last night where she said that this wasn't the last time she was going to be in the title picture, so I think she came out and she found a reason to put herself in the talks again because she would hit the jumping DDT on Alexa Bliss and then proceed to tell her, "Alexa, you do deserve it," to which the crowd actually started chanting the "You Deserve It" chant. Mickie doesn't seem too perturbed about the loss from TLC. She seems like
she was really upbeat about it even after she lost.
Yeah.
Not like happy, but she took it in very good stride.
Yeah.
So
And she found I think she found a pretty good direct path right back into title match somewhere down the line. And our not our final match. Our final non-Survivor Series related. Thank you. That's what I was looking for. We had a 10-man cruiserweight tag team match.
Which in that way we could even say that it was related to Survivor Series.
But it wasn't elimination.
No.
So it was not Survivor Series. But we did find out that Kalisto is invoking his rematch clause. And on 205 Live, he will challenge Enzo Amore for the Cruiserweight Championship. But we had, on the Enzo side, we had Enzo Amore, Drew Gulak, Tony Nese, Ari Daivari, and Noam Dar.
No, Team Lucha.
We had Kalisto, Mustafa Ali,
Grand Metalik,
Cedric Alexander,
Rishwan.
Yeah. Fun match.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff going on.
Lots of time.
I mean, you got 10 guys who are just flying all over the place, except for Drew Gulak.
Yeah. Just crawling.
Yeah. And getting super kicked in the face
that
by
was the
4
closest
people.
thing he did to flying is when he got super kicked off the apron by Team Lucha.
And then Enzo's on the outside freaking out like, get up! What are you doing? Enzo, still voiceless, actually had Drew Gulak do his promo for him. Which was way more enjoyable not having to hear Enzo do the same thing he's doing.
I want to be real here. I want it to happen for like the next 4 times that Enzo comes out, that a different member of his stable does it for him.
Honestly, I feel like and Daivari does the whole thing in what language does he speak? They're from Iran, right?
Yeah.
So
I don't know what they speak.
I'm not sure what they speak in Iran. Whatever they speak in Iran, he just does the whole.
Is it just to be Iranian?
No, I don't think it's Iranian. I don't know. We don't know. We're bad at.
We're not geographists.
I don't think that.
We're also not linguists.
We are terrible. But anyway.
We don't maps good.
Yeah, what he said. Yeah, no, fun match all the way around though. Lots of craziness happening. So many people to keep track of. Eventually, we had the cool.
Everyone dives.
Everybody dives to the outside. We had double dive through or over the ropes from Grand Metalik and Mustafa Ali, and then we had Cedric Alexander and Rich Swann.
No, Cedric and Mustafa were the through the ropes dive.
Were they?
Yeah. Swann and Metalik.
Yeah, because Swann almost wait, no. Yeah, Mustafa almost
overshot.
Overshot. He did overshoot Dar.
Yeah.
But yeah, that left Enzo on the apron or over the apron to like trying to like grab Kalisto. Kalisto backflipping into Selena Del Sol over the top rope and pinning Enzo Amore.
Let's hope he does it one more time tomorrow night because Kalisto is invoking his rematch clause to face Enzo for the Cruiserweight title on 205 Live. I almost said Smackdown.
I already told him that.
That's what I'm saying, though. I'm restating.
Okay.
Because I'm desperate for it.
Please. Please. Alright, back to Survivor Series talk. So after Kurt Angle came out and told us all the stuff that was happening, the next time we saw him, he was backstage with Shane McMahon.
Yeah.
Shane McMahon surprising Kurt Angle.
Pretty cordial.
Yeah, you know, kind of talking back and forth. They were both excited for Survivor Series, talking about how Smackdown won the Survivor Series match last year, but Kurt said, well, I wasn't the general manager last year, so things can change. And then Shane said very ominous words. He said that Raw was under siege.
Yeah.
And Kurt wasn't sure how to take that.
Yeah.
Well, we'd find out a little bit later. But before that, we had Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman talking about Jinder Mahal's... yeah.
Jinder Mahal's, yeah. Let's be real. Like, if we thought John Cena buried Roman Reigns in that promo...
Paul Heyman really buried Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
It was rough.
What do you call him? He called him a... consolation champion.
Yeah, because SmackDown realized they got the shaft in the Superstar shakeup, saying that he's not even a runner-up to the throne of the WWE Championship. When they think WWE champions, they think of Bruno Sammartino and Hulk Hogan and Macho Man and Triple H and Shawn Michaels and John Cena and, of course, Brock Lesnar.
Not Jinder Mahal,
which is what Kurt called him at the beginning of the show. Yeah, no. This is probably my favorite Paul Heyman promo in a while.
Brutal.
Because I love that he built it up. He talks about how the last...
He explains why he didn't do that to Joe or Braun or...
Goldberg,
because those guys are respectable contenders against Brock Lesnar.
But Jinder Mahal, on the other hand, not so much.
No.
And then after Paul did his whole thing, Brock ran up the ramp because he was either really jazzed up or he had to pee really bad. One of the two.
You know, I'm surprised. Like, it wouldn't be surprising if he had to pee because he always does all that bouncing around.
Yeah.
Like maybe he drank too much before he went out there. And
yeah. He's shotgunned a whole bottle of water and he's just like, oh boy, that went right through me.
And it's that promo took so long and I bounced the whole time and what the fuck?
You need to control yourself, Brock.
No, you know what it was? Is Shane gave Paul Heyman the heads up that SmackDown was gonna show up, spoiler alert, later in the show, and Brock got the fuck out of Dodge.
It's I don't want to be here when this. Well, and they even said that, Paul said that Survivor Series, even though everyone's making a big deal that it's for brand supremacy, Brock Lesnar is not carrying the Raw banner going into this match against Jinder Mahal. He doesn't care about brand supremacy. He's just going in to destroy Jinder Mahal because he's Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. Brock doesn't carry the Raw flag. Raw carries the Brock flag.
Yeah. The brand that brags Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. Is the best brand.
Yeah. But our final match related to Survivor Series, we're deciding the captain of the Women's Raw Survivor Series team.
Triple threat, Matt.
Yeah, both...
we should just had all 5 women who are going to be on the team fight over who gets to be captain.
After watching Mickey drop Alexa Bliss, Kurt Angle was approached by both Bayley and Sasha, who were both talking about it, and as they mentioned the word captain, we had Alicia Fox come in from off camera and
screeching the word captain.
Yeah, and she's like, I should be in this picture too. And so in true fashion, we decided we're gonna do a triple threat match.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Nope. Triple threat match to determine the captain of the Raw Survivor Series Women's Champion match. No, team. All those words.
You okay?
That was my Alicia Fox impression.
Huh? Sure.
To which Kurt Angle.
Travis is broken.
To which Kurt Angle made sure to tell Alicia Fox that he watched the pre-show last night and that pinfalls don't count on the outside. Well played, Kurt. Well played. An interesting triple threat match.
Yeah, weirdly paced.
There's something about the
Alicia Fox.
Alicia Fox and Sasha, I didn't really see any problems anytime Bayley was part of the situation, but the lack of chemistry between Sasha and Alicia is very evident when they face each other. Luckily, Bayley was there to kind of keep everything somewhat normal-ish? I don't know. But let's make it real weird, and Alicia Fox escapes the bank statement, ends up making Bayley and Sasha clonk heads. Sasha goes rolling to the outside, and Alicia Fox pins Bayley. So Alicia Fox is going to be the captain of the Raw Women's Survivor Series team.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that. Speaking of good luck to Raw, we ended the night expecting Kurt Angle to announce the 5 men who were going to be on the Raw Survivor Series team.
And I think Kurt Angle expected to announce his picks for his Survivor Series team.
He was fully prepared to do so. He had been, I'm sure he had been taking notes at TLC. He was probably taking notes through the night.
And he was ready to go, and the first person he picked is Shane McMahon?
Well,
and all of SmackDown as cosplaying as the Shield.
Yeah. So Shane, leading almost the entirety of the Smackdown roster, down through the crowd, down to ringside, uttered the same words, "Under siege."
Kurt ran away.
To which Kurt's like, "What the fuck do I do?" And ran away. And Shane said,
"Get him.
Blue team, go get him." And we proceeded to watch the Smackdown roster decimate anyone and everyone that was in the backstage area at Raw.
Yeah. Including, but not limited to, Titus O'Neil, Apollo Crews, Curtis Axel,
Goldust,
Rhino,
Kurt Hawkins,
Finn Balor, Matt Hardy,
Elias, Jason Jordan, which was bum rushed by Chad Gable.
Yeah, one intern.
The Club.
The Raw TV thing.
Dash Wilder.
A light.
Despite a sneak attack, The Shield.
Mm-hmm.
Sasha.
Kegs.
Alicia Fox.
Bailey and Mickey James.
Mickey and, let's see.
I think that was everybody.
Is that it?
Yeah, because it was after they got the Shield is when they, Rusev and Baron Corbin found Kurt.
Yeah. So
he was like, that's why they found him when they were beating up the Shield. It's like, Kurt was like around the corner trying to put a Shield outfit on so he could help.
He was trying to put his flying jacket on. Yeah, no, Kurt got escorted back to the ring by Rusev and Baron Corbin. Put back in front of Shane. And Shane said at Survivor Series, "I want you to bring your gold medal, what's left of your Raw roster, and we're going to finish what we started." And then the SmackDown roster kind of beat on the ring a little bit. He twirled his finger, and they all took off, and Kurt was left just
befuddled,
not sure what to fucking do. This was so much fun to watch. This is how, if you're going to try and get me excited, like, this felt very Invasion-esque. Like, just watching a whole group...
Being led by Shane McMahon.
Shane. You're used to this. No,
he's also used to feuding with Kurt Angle.
Yeah. No, that's what I think. I think he just has a grudge from King of the Ring 2000. No, it was super fun to watch. And it was cool to see not only the guys that, like, usually when it's this, it's just the guys. It's always the big group of guys. Mm-hmm. But we had the girls there as well, going through and kicking just as much ass. There was a whole makeup team, which, like, Dana Brooke was back there and a couple other people, and they took off running as soon as Becky and Carmella and Natty all stepped up, and they took the fuck off. It was so cool. This actually makes me give a shit. It makes me think they're really trying to go for the Raw versus SmackDown thing, which is exciting. And so, yeah, I'm on board for Survivor Series. It's 4 weeks away. What you gonna do about that, Raw?
Please include NXT. Can they have a match?
That would be fucking cool. If Triple H is just like, fuck all of you.
That'd be...
My brand is superior.
No, it'd be 5 NXT guys versus 5 of the guys from 205 Live. Let's do that.
Yeah.
With Gargano and Shawn Michaels and...
No, they're having an ab-off the night before Survivor Series.
Breaking news, Shawn Michaels versus Johnny Gargano takeover.
Clickbait, motherfucker. Thanks for watching, guys.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Click all the links down in the description.
There's a bunch of social media links.
Social media?
Social media.
Social media.
Social media, ninja.
There's a podcast down there as well.
That's the sound clear.
And there's Reasonable Wrestling Fans.
Reasonable W. Like what you gonna do, Raw?
Yeah. Be sure to stay on this channel so you can check out our TLC review. But on Reasonable Wrestling Fans, coming up this week, we have a brand new Pro Wrestling crate. It is just off screen. We're going to open it. We're going to show you what we got.
I touched it.
You touched it. We're going to show you. So go over to Reasonable Wrestling Fans. Check that out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next. Fuck Tyson.
Fuck Enzo Amore.
Yeah.